Hey people, Intrusiv here, 3v3, SD of Province, blue team. PickPacker as a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support fighting in melee begins. With a refractor shield can execute his own fellas to make him do better, so you better do some work guys. Alongside, Machine Elf as a Ravener Alpha, a tunneling hero, great mobility, powerful offense, and a bit of support begins with a ranged weapon. Those termagants over there using the tunnel. Rounding off this team, Emperor's Champion as a Force Commander, very strong offense, fighting in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support. He's a versatile Marine. And on the red team, Intrusiv also rocking a Force Commander on the opposite side of the map. Alongside them, warMOOSE as a Brother Captain, a durable hero, walking through objects and cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and support fighting in melee. I appreciate it when an Ordo Malleus player uses the Ordo Malleus scheme. The models just look a lot better in this colour. Rounding off the teams then, Klaus Schwab, also known as Overtly Generous, rocking an Apothecary, support hero fighting in melee combat by default. Begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura. They have rotated to the mid, leaving the east side open for Emperor's Champion to push, so it's 2v1 against Machine Elf in the mid. They've called it and they're pulling back, which is what you should do. Now it's up to Emperor's Champion whether they push this side, do some economic damage, or try to rotate across and help out. It might be up to PickPacker to help out a bit and fight 3v2 here. Intrusiv pushed up and destroyed the tunnel. Gaunts with adrenal glands in already. Yeah, they don't really want to leap onto the Force Commander because of Battle Cry. And they run, but Machine Elf is still in play with double termagants. Sentinel coming up, helping out. Lord Commissar has to run. They should be able to maybe retreat off this Stormtrooper squad here. There's We Are the Hammer. Area of effect, damage resistance and speed boost. Affected a lot of stuff there too. Machine Elf now pushing forward again. Meanwhile, sneaky Overtly Generous has bashed power northeast corner, decapping the VP as well. Got those flame attacks up. And that was a Purification Rites heal there. That's why those guys were knocked back and damaged. Got a flamer up for Emperor's Children's Tactical Marines also. Intrusiv, no flamer. They have stolen and noded this power. Emperor's Champion also decapped this power here. And they have taken the eastern contested power, the red team. Shotgun blast coming in from Emperor's Champion. Shotgun blast there from Overtly Generous. Force Commander goes after him now. Those scouts are getting very low. And Overtly's tax win that fight because the Apothecary was helping out. Whereas the Force Commander, with a power sword now. That could help really punish these tactical marines. Scouts are coming out for shotgun time though. Meanwhile, west side is red. And what is this? It's warMOOSE coming to help out. Force Commander, did you kill another model? No. There's two tacks in there. Battle Cry going off. I don't think they should have popped the Battle Cry here. I think you want to get those single target swings and try and kill a model off those tacks. Especially when there's no allies around, although looks like the Gaunts have benefited maybe. And these guys are a big threat to the Tactical Marines. Well-timed shotgun blast, those sends them packing. And the Brother Captains here with the Blessed Aegis now, there you see it. Energy-powered shield, having to bash their power to get it back here is Emperor's Champion. Shotgun scouts have a Sergeant. Artillery spotters on the way for PickPacker, who has some Catachan Devils on the field. Versatile squad. Got shotguns, some good power melee. Can put down explosives, shotgun blast, grenade launch from long range, and they have a defensive smoke grenade. Can do a hell of a lot for you if you can micro their abilities well. Assault squad on the field for Intrusiv. Sentinel maybe getting a stomp then. They could stomp it and then throw the Catachans into melee maybe with a Inspire Courage buff perhaps. Assault Squad jumping in. Catachans getting in there, but they were quite low I think. They're still doing some good damage though. The Assault Squad are low. Catachans did have to leave. Sentinel gets the Stomp upgrade and here it comes. Hit all three models, but can they kill one of them? Assault Squad with 200 hit points almost. And still has the three models and looks like they're going to get away. Slightly unlucky there for PickPacker not to get a model with those Catechins in melee. The Lord Commissar did go down, by the way, 438 to 452. Meanwhile, what's Overtly up to? They have a customized Stormbolter, just wandering around bashing power, I guess, although Tyranids are here with Termagants, both Toxin Sacks, and a Barbed Strangler Warrior Brood. No war gear yet for the Ravener Alpha. Up against lots of heavy infantry, so you may see that Corrosive Devourer in tier 2, which should put out a lot of DPS and do some good work. Sentinel gets repairs. Lord Commissar has been repurchased, I believe. I don't think they got revived. Meanwhile, Emperor's Champion now has Artificer Armor alongside the Power Sword, creeping down this eastern side, and here's warMOOSE to meet them. Overtly Generous went on a walkabout. Looks like they're pushing... Nope, they're coming back over to bash that northeast power, I think. They can use warMOOSE's vision here to see that Emperor's Champion is getting seen off, I think. Is that everything in retreat? No, the Force Commander's still here. Power Sword doing some good work on the Strike Squad. They don't like it, so they run. Combs of Titan is in. And I don't think the Force Commander can stick around here for too much longer. But the Captain with a good special attack. Interceptor's going to get some retreat melee, are they? They got one hit, I think. And attacks run. 394, 443. Meanwhile, Overtly does this. Gets another, probably a full power bash. And Apothecary decaps. And maybe caps, and the scouts are doing this. Here comes Machine Elf to try to put a stop to this power bashing nonsense. There's a shotgun blast on the attacks. They're still down to 2 models. I don't even know if Overtly reinforced them. Interceptor's teleporting in with that disruption. I believe that is set to get nerfed a little and have some kind of delay. At the moment it's very quick in there, I think. Or more of a delay maybe. 384 to 443. Interceptors did drop a model. And those guys do cost power to reinforce, but economic damage was done. They have retaken that power, and they're going to retake their VP. Meanwhile, a bunch of dead stuff over here. Some old Guardsman deaths, I think we saw the pop-ups for there, because there were only 3 red. Here's the Force Commander with a Thunder Hammer against Imperial Guard on this side. Okay. Can run up to the Catechins and smack them around, I guess, and there's a teleporter, so doesn't even need to run up to them anymore. Can run into the back lines and send stuff flying around, I guess. Level 1 Force Commander. Yeah, they're both level 1. Got a Power Sword Lord Commissar too. Brother Captain's got Nemesis Force Sword. Only the Apothecary leveled up in tier 1. Armor of the Apothecary already queued up here for tier 2. And they're taking this eastern edge. But they've run into a bunch of Tyranids. I think they were trying to get onto that northeastern power again. Look at the damage to those Hormagaunts from that Flamer. That was super effective. Sergeant coming in. They're going to be chased off by a Machine Elf and frustrated a bit. Brother Captain gets a nicer power weapon now. And We Are the Hammer gets better. I think it goes up to 25% damage resist, is it? A bit more of a speed boost. What is this? That's Overtly scouts taking the power. Strat Squad just hanging out. They should be decapping something. I think warMOOSE is busy fighting southeast. Meanwhile, on the west side, Lord Commissar doing what they can with the Power Sword. Catechins getting stuck in, doing some good work there. Can they finish them? Oh, if the Lord Commissar wasn't doing the lead by example there to get the specials and the inspiration, they might have finished off those fellas. They do get the Force Commander down, and they killed 2 Assault Marines there. Good fight for PickPacker. Udo Rez says Intrusive. Might be tricky on that western side. Devastator's run, and there's Flamer Guardsmen there to try and power bash. Blue team again having to take their natural power back. There's suppression on the strike squad. Barb Strangler doing its stuff. Look at that damage per shot. If it hits all 3 models, it's really nasty for Marines. Overtly bashing the eastern edge power now. Excuse me. Needs a sip of water. There we go. And the Sentinel gets a good stomp, but it's getting pretty low. Crack and Bolt's Tactical Marines put some threat on it, but it does get away. Does everything get away? Catachans took a bit of a beating, but they do get out. So did the Lord Commissar. Level 2 now. And a Psyker on the field. It's a really good basic ranged attack. I think that ranged attack is set to be nerfed in that it won't... Oh, the Sentinel falls over. It won't be guaranteed to hit anymore. I think you can like dodge it and stuff maybe. Like a Wraith Guard shot. But the captain leaves. You have to try and keep an eye on where Overtly is, don't you? Now they're going to bash this power. But blue team will push through maybe the east and the mid here. Machine Elf maybe going west a bit too, because it's 2v1 against PickPacker here. Oh, they killed the scouts. Psyker with that bouncing psychic attack. Very nice. Full auto. Sends the Lord Commissar away, but here's a nice flank from Machine Elf. Although... the Hormagaunts weren't here in time, or maybe they are. Few little nibbles I think they got. And they mostly... I think they mostly defended this. I think they only lost 1 gen. Stern Guard veterans on the field for Intrusiv. First Company Marines that can change their ammo to combat various targets. Just switch to their Hellfire rounds there. Effective versus light infantry and heroes. Using the devs to consolidate the west side a bit. Need to reposition though. Machine Elf goes to bash that power instead. What's this? Emperor's Champion with double tax. Runs away from the melee strike squad. Interceptors were about to teleport in, I guess. Emperor's Champion, by the way, just went tier 3. So did Overtly Generous, as is his way. And warMOOSE is also tier 3. The Yard Hammer also provides that splash damage, of course. And there's a Nemesis Force Halberd, which has splash damage by default. Overtly now sprinting up the east side. Don't know how the heck they got here so quickly. They just retreat off and then push off again, I guess. 282 to 423. Machine Elf here to try and defend. And they show no fear. Popped by those tactical marines there, which is why they're not getting suppressed. But here are Terminators from Emperor's Children with inspiration on kill, and they killed a marine there. Terminators coming in also from Overtly Generous. Nemesis Force Halberd just scything through those Warrior Brood fellas. Really painful for them because they've got heavy infantry armor. Still no war gear for this Ravenant Alpha. They are going tier 3. I think their Storm Bolters do around 40 DPS apiece. It's quite a bloody lot. Can they power fist the brother captain? No. Just going to dance around a bit. 250 to 423. Decent chunk of a VP lead for the red team. Primaris Psyker with the ethereal wave over there. Pretty cool. Lord Commissar now shows up and he uses lead by example. Missing both of his attacks. Carnifex on the way for Machine Elf. I'm sure PickPacker will be looking for a tier 3 now. All of the red team are there. Overtly gets the Cyclone missile launcher. Lord Commissar falls. Machine Elf. Did the Barb Strangler not... There we go. It looked like it didn't fire. And that assault squad didn't get suppressed. A little bit odd. When it did fire, it didn't get suppressed. 241 to 423. They have a Carnifex. And in my opinion, they should now get Corrosive Devourer for the Ravenant Alpha because it makes him so dangerous against this stuff. It is expensive though. Those are Vanguard veterans now for Intrusiv. And I think, well, does PickPacker... Looks like they are committed to tier 3. I was going to say maybe they should get some Oberins up with that Lord Commissar support. But they are up against the Thunderhammer, I suppose. Apothecary sprints away with armor of the Apothecary. It makes him so quick. Look at it. Pretty crazy. Terminators teleport out. And we have a melee Carnifex, which is why you saw that charge there. Is this, yep, Overtly's flame attacks. Flaming down gens. Machine Elf going to stop it. Where is Emperor's Champion then? Oh. Got a Terminator Force Commander just power fist in his power node. And they've rotated fully to the west side. Trying to shoot down the Terminators, but they don't have plasma guns or anything. It's all just bolter fire and flamers. Interceptors come and say hello with their Justicar. Might be worth just putting the Force Commander on melee mode here and doing some power fist action. There's a Psych Out grenade. Did hit the Catechins. Strike Squad coming in now. Lord Commissar to counter initiate. Catechins can also do their power melee, of course. A level 2 Lord Commissar with Aura of Discipline. This would help out quite a lot on this west side. 192 to 423. Vanguard veterans jumping in. Carnifex has found Interceptors. Are they going to wipe? They are able to teleport out and then retreat. Force Commander, almost level 3. Imperial Wave knocks back the Vanguard veterans and then they flee. Blue teams, I think, can hold. But can they get onto the VP? Las Cannon's getting shots now. But I think, yeah, it's going to get overrun. Carnifex took a few dings, but it's alright. Did some really good work there. Just being a big old threat, you know. Stern Guard get their Hellfire going. They can switch to Vengeance rounds to damage vehicles, and the Carnifex does have vehicle armor. Overtly is force attacking the power gen there, the node. But now they're moving on and they're retaking their power node back. 2 to 1 for blue, 192 to 417. There is the telekinetic dome from the Primaris Psycho, which provides melee defense and offense buffs, I think. I always forget what that thing does. Just don't get to see the Psycho that much. Tier 3 for PickPacker, another Carnifex. 4 Machine Elves. They have a level 3 Ravener, no war gear. Maybe a Stranglethorn cannon now. For all this infantry. warMOOSE. Got some Paladins in. These guys unique to the Brother Captain. Heavy melee Nemesis Demon Hammers. And a big chunk of hit points. There's Crippling Poison. Ouch, and there's Onslaught. Double Termagants. Flee. Oh, maybe not. There's one here. That was Hormagaunt's fleeing. They did get some good damage on the Paladins. Still doing it. Looks like Strip Soul is being channeled there by the Psycho that was slowing them down. And now we get some advanced healing. They didn't drop a model though. Perhaps unlucky again for the blue team. Plasma attacks and Plasma Guardsmen doing some good work there. That was some overcharged plasma from the Stormtroopers, but they aimed it at the Terminators that can't be suppressed by it. 186 to 402, 2 to 1 again for the red team. And they're still harassing over here. Just bonk these fellas on the head with your power fist, Mr. Force Commander. And they'll eventually die. Might be worth teleporting after them, fella, and getting another kill. Didn't do so. Maybe because they're watching these Terminators here. Second Carnifex is indeed Stranglethorn Cannon. But I need to get this VP back and stabilize. PickPacker. Oh, they may be saving for a Stormlord or something. Brother Captain runs. Terminators have dropped a model here for Overtly, but Las Cannon getting big shots. Haven't seen a 40 Emperor on them though. warMOOSE now getting Purgation. Maybe to help with the Carnifexes, because those guys can get a Conversion Beamer. Level 6 Apothecary. Doesn't have the energy to throw a heal out. That Cyclone Missile Barrage. Bad news. Pathogens need to run. They're quite threadbare on this side at the moment. 139 to 402 on the VPs. More Terminators for Overtly. The last kind of means I get nothing done, says Machine Elf Yedeth. It's a big threat to those Carnifexes. Here comes the Stormlord for PickPacker. Now they forego Ogryns and Bullgryns and Leman Russes to save up for this thing. Is it coming a little bit too late? Our red team getting too much of a foothold on this side. It'll do huge work against this heavy and super heavy infantry, but it's up against double Cyclone missile launchers. Can it survive? And Paladins, of course. Assault Cannon Terminators. Lots of single target DPS. Maybe they can target these Stormtroopers and get quick kills for the inspiration. More Terminators now for Emperor's Champion. They didn't get Assault Terminators though. 101 to 402. Looks like they got a bash on the node there. And the Terminator Force Commander... Oh, this is the squad getting a Assault Cannon. Terminator Force Commander did not get a weapon upgrade. I mean, he's got pretty damn good weapons. Big push from the blue team now. Conversion Beamer is getting shots. Paladins laying in wait. Vanguard Veterans jumping in, and they have their Power Fist as well. Here comes an Orbital. Oh, that's a very good Orbital, isn't it? And that push was looking good. Was it Intrusiv? I think it was Intrusiv. The Terminators can shrug it off. They did do some friendly fire, and there's the Stormlord. That Vulcan Mega Bolter pumping out. I think it's 100 DPS Inferno damage, which is very, very painful to heavy infantry and super heavy. What's his Force Commander doing? But they can't hit him. Now he's running off. Las Cannon's getting shots. Down to 42 VPs though. Overtly's gone mid. Hit a run out of time, I think. Intrusiv's Land Raider on the way. Another Carnifex for Machine Elf. Still nothing for the Ravener Alpha though. I mean, it's hard to turn down a bunch of Carnifexes, I suppose, but they need to park something on his VP now. And something good. Because Overtly might show up with 2 Terminators. Uses that to try and disrupt the cap. Look at the damage to those scouts. I really think they need to nerf these Cyclone missile launchers. They're too good against infantry, and I think they only have a 40-second cooldown. It's quite nuts. Kind of surprised they didn't get looked at for 2992 update. Stormlord, not quite facing the right. There we go. Apothecary levels to 7. And there's the Strip Sword, or is it the other thing? Psych has 2 things that limit movement. I can never remember what the other thing is called. And that might be it. Rocket Run. That's big, big damage to the Terminators. They're trying to use advanced healing to keep them going. Need to turn the Stormlord so he can fire properly. There we go. Machine Elf is looking after the VP net for now, and we have Lightning Claws, Terminator Force Commander. Stormlord is going to try and cut these guys off, I suppose. Oh, they can teleport out. Got a model off each of them. There's a lot of damage for 2 models, eh? Down to 10 VPs. Big melee going on. The western VP point, we have a Harana formation that went off at one point, and there's a Canticle of Absolution as well. Paladin's tearing through those Terminators. Double the Stranglethorn Cannon now. I think maybe I would have gone for another melee Carnifex because of the Paladins, but the Strangled Thorns are amazing. Land Red Redeemer. Don't think you really want to push it with your Stormlord. You want to damage the Paladins and stuff with that. Blue team are going to take the Western VP, probably. Unless there's another nuke or something. That Carnifex will march back to base. Raven Alpha level 4. Still no war gear for that guy. Oh, they're not capping. There we go. Termagants are capping again. Vanguard Veterans jumping in. And look at the Strangled Thorns doing work there. That was nasty. The Stormlord's in kind of a dangerous place because Overtly could show up in the mid and double Cyclone its ass, but they have gone through towards the VP. Thankfully for the blue team, Emperor's Champion has parked double tax on it, and there's for the Emperor being used. And they've got plasma guns, so they can threaten these Terminators quite a lot. And here comes the Force Commander himself. Should be using cover though, guys. There's sandbags right there. I think that's a big error, not using the... because that would be heavy cover. Force Commander shows up. Can they get the Apothecary down? They can. Stormlord shows up. They need to be so diligent on that VP now. Back to the west side. Paladins pushing. Popping the Holy Grounds up. Slowing down enemies and speeding up allies. Land Raider pushing through. Supporting those Paladins. Terminators need to leave. There we go. Carnifex is also leaving. Here comes the melee Carnifex back. And the return of PickPacker to the west side. Is it worth getting some Kassakin with plasma guns up? It looks like they want another Lehman Russ or something. Maybe because of that Land Raider being there. They want to get a Vanquisher. Vanguard Veterans jumping into a very dangerous spot, but they can retreat back to that Land Raider there. Stormlord needs to be shooting at these Paladins, surely. There we go. Paladins getting incredibly low. And white. Paladins are wiped, I think. Yeah, there we go. That was the last model there. 2-1. Can they hold on? The rest of the map looking incredibly red, though. Incredibly red. Terminator Force Commander is trying to get on that VP. Got dragged into a fight with Tactical Marines. Keeps doing special attacks, though. Needs to do those single target swipes. Other Terminators going after him. Some friendly fire. I think he's going to be alright. Over 400 hit points still. Yep. And they still have double tax back here. Still not using the cover, though. PickPacker with some more guardsmen to help repair. Stormlord's doing alright for now. They could also throw some more plasma guns on them.
Standing by for orders, sir. Here, let's get to it.
Oh, Raven Alpha's down over here. Trying to take back that power point, maybe. Warrior Brood runs off. So do the double Termagants to reinforce and heal up a bit. Is there a... there's no tunnel over here. In fact, I don't see any tunnels anywhere. I guess they've been taken out quite efficiently. Land Raider Crusader now. Vanguard Veterans jumping in. They're going to have a rough time, though, of it. What's that Lord Commissar doing? Ran off in an odd direction and now he needs to retreat. 10-279. Terminator Force Commander of Intrusiv now trying to cap. Taking huge amounts of damage and goes down. Unable to get the decap. Caps as Intrusiv. Overtly again pushing through the mid though. Terminator Force Commander runs. Machine Elf is here. Can they stop the cap though? I don't know if they can. But the captain goes for the decap. Has Holy Armor of Titan and Unending Purge, but they get absolutely destroyed by that Stormlord. Rocket Run coming through now. Blue team holding on for their lives, and they've got the VP back over here. Overtly did get a decap though. Lost the Terminator. Not sure where their attacks are. And then they have a Librarian up to help protect their Terminators and get them out of trouble, maybe. There's the Psychic Hood. West side. Orbitals going off. Stormlord needs repairs. Not sure what that Terminator is doing over there. But they're able to teleport away. And is that a Vanquish Element Rust? It is. Very good anti-vehicle tank this. Start putting pressure on those enemy Land Raiders. Here comes an Orbital though. Try and stop that cat. Even Rust goes forward. Takes huge amounts of damage. I think it took one of those orbital beams there. Yeah, it needs to keep its distance from those Land Raiders because they have the multi-melters on top, down to 4 VPs. I think they've done enough. I think the red team have it. Yes, they do. Blue team puts up a hell of a fight though. Just so much harassment from Overtly from as possible. They couldn't bring those tacks over to the west side. Ravenous Alpha wasn't up at the end. But I think the triple con effectors did really well. So did the Stormlord. They just didn't have much to threaten the Land Raiders right at the end there. And I think Emperor's Champion spending like 30 power each on these assault cannons when they could have maybe got assault terminators and really threatened the paladins earlier, and then the hammers could have maybe threatened the Land Raiders, maybe would have been better, but the terminators did well. It's not like they did badly. The Force Squadron himself was down, had a level 6 Lord Commissar, did have Emperor's Wrath at the end, and a bunch of plasma guns. Lehman Russ maybe came out a bit too late. That's because power was being bashed so much. Level 4 Ravenous Alpha, no war gear. Level 4 Brother Captain, and a level 8 Apothecary for Overtly. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this game, and I'll see you next time.